They are business leaders, experts in economy, society, and culture. In 15 minutes, their insights will create a vivid picture of Vietnam. Sharing Vietnam, the country as you see it.
Mr. Antonio Bacani comes from the Philippines. He is currently the executive assistant manager of Garden Sun Resort. He has been living and working in Vietnam for 6 years. That period of time has helped him understand the life as well as people in Vietnam, especially in the central. Today, as usual, he's trekking around the resort.
Hey, how are you?
Later, he, along with Mr. Sandro, the customer service manager of the resort, pays a visit to Hoi An and implement a survey to design new tour for customers. They stop at a fabric store. Then they meet a group of tourists who find out some information about tourism in Hoi An. The next place of the trip is Thanh Ha Pottery Village, with a development of more than 500 years. In the 16th-17th century, Thanh Ha is a very renowned and prosperous village for the pottery items which were extracted and wholesale throughout the central province of Vietnam. The pottery of this village has origin from Thanh Hoa. After receiving some technical, villager has from the pottery village as today.
How will I start? Doing like this? Stop. Stop. And then there you go. Perfect. Another. I couldn't explain the way I look at it when they do on their own hands. It seems to me it's so easy. When I put my hands on it, my God, it's really an amazing job, and nobody can just simply tell, oh, it's so easy, but really it's not. Well, I can consider with a similarity. I have the bowl, I have this, how do you call this, flower base.
So, Mr. Tony, you come from the Philippines, so do you see any similarity between your whole country and Vietnam?
A lot, because my country is a tropical country as well, like Vietnam. So, very similar.
For example?
In my city alone, it's many things that is in common, like mountainous regions, rivers, and rice field, greenery, a lot of similarity compared to Vietnam and my country.
I know that you are very busy with your daily work from early in the morning to the end of the evening. So how do you balance your work and your life? Any interesting hobby or outside activities?
Well, I make sure that all the tasks that I have to do for that particular day in advance, so that if I have the spare time in the afternoon, I can come and visit some other friends on other places in Hoi An.
Hoi An attracts tourists not only by the ancient and quiet beauty as well as unique architectural style, but also by the tailor-made clothing and restaurants serving Hoi An specialty. Enter the ancient town, tourists will be amazed by an isolated as well as separate world from all of the flow as well as destruction of time. There was no roaring engines and glowing branch with colorful lines. All had received back. Both spent time are deep in the beauty of ancient wood house.
Let's say that Hoi An has a very, very big potential, and in the last years, Vietnam in general and Hoi An as well has a very, very big booming, especially from Europe, Asia as well, and Australia. I mean, the guests are incrementing every day more and more. And I believe that with the time it will be really, really one of the most beautiful destinations that I have ever seen, because it's a complete area. You have the seaside, you have the countryside, you have a lot of sites, especially here in Hoi An. It's one of the richest areas where the people, they can go and enjoy really the traditional way of living of the Vietnamese people.
In particular, the ancient town has a romantic depth and calm beauty under the magic lantern lights every 14 lunar months.
The feedback when the guests, they come back from excursions, they are really happy because the way that they do it, it's not just an excursion. They really stay with the people. They live with the people. They go, for example, to with the farmers. They stay with them. They try things what they are doing on a daily basis. The fishermen as well. So they really enjoy. I believe this is what the guests are looking when they come here. They just don't want to go and visit, and no, they want to stay with the local. They want to live with them and stay and understand, of course, because different way of thinking, way of living, and it's interesting to know it.
With a long development history, the residents living in Hoi An have gradually developed with various trades such as carpentry, pottery, art village, vegetable, healing or making lantern to serve their needs, and at the same time have made the prosperity of Hoi An Town port from many centuries ago.
Yes, we have many excursions. Most of them, it's like I said before, we try to put the guest really in touch, in contact with the locals. We have the eco tour where they have, example, a full day with the fishermen, a full day with the farmers. We have a bike tour where they go inside the countryside, let's say, and they enjoy, and they really like it. When they come back, they are really happy.
It can be said that the development of Hoi An tours to the traditional crab village bring a lot of benefit to the citizen in Hoi An, to the resort itself. So how to promote this kind of tourism in the most effective way?
Well, the visitors really know Hoi An for its rich in culture. This one sample is the pottery village that we make sure that our guests come to visit. There is this rich culture, that the old-fashioned way that we make it, that we have a good feedback from our guests. In this with this feedback, we are trying to expand more this kind of cultural things that we have in Hoi An.
So I'm sure that promotion will be one of the key factors leading to the success of this kind of tourism. What do you think about this issue?
Yeah, it will. And that's the reason why the government of Hoi An, we're getting a good rapport for this. We get information from them because we are the person contact of the visitors coming to Hoi An. Once we get all this information, we make sure that we disseminate all this information, and then we make sure that we bring them there.
You know that besides that kind of development, we also to pay proper attention to maintain and preserve the value, the ancient beauties, and also to develop in a sustainable way. So what do you think about this?
We do that. We give feedback like preserving this image, the original image. As you know, Hoi An, ancient town, it's already stuck in their mind how it looks like, and the way we advertise in our website, in our brochure. So whenever there is a bit change, we get in touch with the government to keep it.
Mr. Tony, how do you assess the prospect of the Hoi An tourism as well as traditional crab villages in Hoi An in the future?
Definitely it will increase more and more, because based on the statistics, what we have last year about in Golden Sand alone, we received around 83,000 guests already compared to 73,000 last year. So I'm pretty sure that it will increase more and more. That is why we are getting in touch with these local tour operators to work with them and then add more, like the ecotourism or whatsoever.
And personally, we have discussed a lot about the resort, the Hoi An tourism, but what about you? What about your personal future plan, continue to live in Vietnam?
Well, as I've said, Hoi An is second home for me. So for as long I'm enjoying my job in here, I will stay for sure, and then I will help Hoi An people at Hoi An tourism to promote more in every way I can. For those who are viewing this clip, I would love to invite you to come to Hoi An and then spend some time in Golden Sand, and we give you experience. Thank you.
So, Mr. Tony, once again, thank you so much for joining our talk show
My
today.
pleasure.
Yeah, and wish all the best for yourself as well as Garden Sun Resort in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.